right alongside the side of so many great games, Brock. The old Astrodome. We're hoping to see a great game played here inside of this venue. Opened back in 2002 and bearing the same name now that it did back then, Reliance Stadium here in Houston. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
At the 28-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Now Burrow escapes the pocket. That throw finds Jamar Chase. This is going to be a big game, Brock. He's tackled after about 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down Bengals. Here's Burrow. Right back to Chase. And he turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short. Well, that right there is more of what we expect from him, right, Brock? Didn't get to see that much a week ago. Really held in check by great defensive efforts.
But what was great to see in that is he was kept quiet. Everybody else made plenty of noise to ensure they could get the win. Now, a week later, I know these receivers and the good ones, they want their touches.
Give on 2nd, it's Brown. And they get him down after a gain of 10, but great effort on his part. Pays off with the 1st down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw, Burrow. Taking a shot towards the end zone. Caught just shy of the goal line. And that's exactly what they needed to begin this game. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The kick is good, and I believe this should stand, Brock. It looks like that flag appears to be on somebody who dumped early. Let's see. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Here we go.
Working on 2nd down. Stroud. And he's not going to get away. Pressure takes him down at the 19. Chris Jenkins. Their first sack of the game after they had 3 in their victory last week.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Sometimes they hit and breaks up the catch. Incomplete. That defensive effort is going to force 4th down. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Look at this, 3 tight ends to the right on his 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock at 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line.
Now a give, it's Brown headed right. Defense gets there after a gain of 5, and that's going to be good for a Bengals 1st down. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust,
yeah.
Right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Burrow back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Burrow setting to throw. Has it downfield. It's Chase. Out of bounds he goes, but not before a big gain. 18 yards on that play. And that's going to give Cincinnati the 1st.
First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go. 11 Tommy.
Throwing is Burrow. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Big 13. Big 12. 11 MT. 11.
Burrow. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. To the air again, it's Burrow. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately...
Pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it!
We could say they picked a great time to block the kick, but let's be honest. Any time is a great time to get through and block one. It really rewards the effort that those special teamers put in each and every time out. It might not always get noticed, but it sure does there. Big time.
Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
Throwing on second, here's Stroud. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Here he goes, third and long. And he's going to go down here. Pressure gets him at the 23. Oye Mafe. And now that brings them to a 4th and 24. Ryan Stonehouse back out there again to punt it away. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets him a nice chunk on that return on the final play of our first quarter. 1 quarter away so far. The Bengals are out in front. More from Reliance Stadium coming right up. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. The Bengals send out the punting unit. The Texans have Jalen Noel at the ready. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. To the air, Stroud. Higgins downfield, and he has it. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston. Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
That's some running over there, Kate, that's going to get some love from his coaches. Maybe some fist bounds, too. Nothing flashy. Just trust your keys, run behind your pads, and get what's there.
Second down. Here's Stroud. Brought in inside the 20. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down at that 17-yard line. Deep pass comes up big. 33 yards.
First and 10.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. We just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Second down throw for Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. Marlon Clyde, his first career touchdown on his first career catch. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, they'll look for him.
And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Brown. And he has him almost 30 yards on a big play. First down coming up.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 28-yard gain. First down, Bengals.
New set of downs from 37.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow now on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. They were on him right off the snap, and that hit altered the throw. That brings up second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
3rd down, get to Brown. Tried to plow ahead for the first. Can't even get back to the line. That brings up 4th down.
I don't mind that call at all, Kate. A little RPO there on 3rd down situation, but they went to the run and they just couldn't get enough.
McPherson's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Kickers got to be a little bit like quarterbacks, Kate, every once in a while. When a QB throws a pick, you got to flush it. When a kicker gets one blocked earlier in the game, you got to do the same thing. You got to flush it, trust your fundamentals, and deliver as he just did.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go play action. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Now it's Stroud. He'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. So a difficult 3rd down coming up on the other side, Brock, of this 2-minute warning. More just ahead from Reliant Stadium. Lost a bunch on that completed pass, and they're going to need a far better completion here, 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Stroud. Going to let this one fly deep downfield. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down. And I think we all knew the odds weren't great for them getting a first down, Brock, but they're not just going to give up the drive, walk over to the sideline, so took their shot, didn't work out.
So what you're saying is they didn't throw up the white flag, they threw up the bomb, it just didn't hit.
Exactly. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Brown to start the drive. Has a hole left, room to run. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Chase Brown, the ball carrier.
Oh, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Right side cut by Higgins. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Stroud now on 3rd. That's caught by Montgomery. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion, and the yards necessary.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he's in for the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Texans 14. Naomi Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Brooks now on the return.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. For big yards on the right side. Oh, that one did some damage as he's finally hauled down. A gain of about 24. 1st down coming up. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Looking to throw, Burrow. Short pass brought in. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock. It's 2nd down. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They're on a pass now on 2nd down. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it near the sideline, and he goes out. Gain of about 4 before he did so. And it'll be 1st down Bengals.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
So 1st down from the 41. Burrow to the air now. Going deep here for the end zone. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. Second down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did. This is why those kickers are down there before the game, trying those kicks in midfield. Kind of like Hooper shooting that half-court shot before half, because they believe, kickers do, that they're going to get an opportunity to be a difference maker. With that long kick, he certainly was.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? Tony.
Off the play action, here's Stroud. To the outside and brought in by Higgins. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. Second half begins with a bang. 34 yards.
I can guarantee you that's going to be Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
A give up the gut to Montgomery. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud now. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
He was defended by Brian Cook.
Stroud. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Nice to pay off any drive with some points, and able to trim the lead slightly there the first time out in the second half. And even if they can't get into pole position, they just want to keep this thing close.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Handoff headed left to Brown. He's off to the races. At the 20. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
McPherson at the point after. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And that makes this a 10-point game.
27, Texans 17.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And he can't hang on. The catch was there for him, Brock, but his hands took that one off. So the incompletion means it's 2nd down. Well, the opponents made quite the statement in just one play on their opening drive, Brock. And these guys tried to answer, just couldn't connect.
That's right. Not quite as easy as the other side made it look. And here's where you got to be a little bit careful. You can't get caught up in just trying to match the pace or the efficiency on the other side. And kind of make sure you stick to your plan.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Montgomery now up the middle. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw, Stroud. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill.
Now he's got himself a pick in each of the first 2 games. This could just be one of those years, Kate. Kind of one of those players that we find sometimes in seasons where the ball just finds him.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. A give left side to Brown. He is up and over the pile. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown, his 2nd of this quarter. McPherson at the point after. The kick is good, and I believe this should stand, Brock. It looks like that flag appears to be on somebody who jumped early. Let's see. So they'll decline this and take the results.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And down he goes. The defense got to him right around the 26. And it's Dexter Lawrence. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
This is a heater going deep. And it's off his hands and incomplete. So an opportunity unfulfilled on that 2nd down. That means it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. They're going to take another shot. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down. The Texans set to punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He has it at the 13. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
back to throw. And they're going to take him down. Pressure gets to him at the 15. Sheldon Rankins. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down. After the sack, Burrow. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he dodged the tackle. And a nice return. He has him looking at a very short field now.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
We've set it down from the 37.
37-yard line.
On the quick, right? Swap. Mother swap.
They run. Here's Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Montgomery, the ball carrier.
And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
Running on second with Montgomery. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Bengals going down here. 6 DBs out there, 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
To the air, Stroud. And a defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the gap closes to 14 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try it right with Brown. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, hey, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It is Bengal football, and they're going to start the final quarter up by a couple of scores. Texans bring out an extra DB on this 3rd down. Throwing is Burrow. Pass it downfield. It's Chase. And brought to the ground as they hit him big on that play, Brock. Looks like they're marking a gain at about 25 yards.
I just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the 1st down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
A 1st down carry for Brown. And he's going to gain about 3 yards as they bring him down.
pickup of 3.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
At the Texans' 35-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Here's Brown again. Get in there for the stop. They give him about 9 on the play. And that's going to be good for a Bengals first down.
In this ground game, Kate, have seen such a steady dose of work. And what you hope is all of those body blows throughout can lead to a knockout punch like that.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Brown. Still has room inside the 15. And this might be the one that puts it away. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Chase Brown, his 4th of this game. McPherson at the point after. The range of that upright, but it does get through. And lead now 21.
Texans 20.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Oh, he loses it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. And it'll come to an end as they touch him down. Before he can really break that return, they're on him to force the fumble and take away possession.
When you get that fumble inside the 20, it means one thing, Kate. Those guys were running with hair on fire. In fact, if you watch a lot of these special teams,
and we've seen a lot of this today, he's in again. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown, now just 1 shy of the single-game record. He's got 5. McPherson at the point after. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they continue piling onto this lead.
Texans 20. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 30-yard line.
Second down. Here's Stroud. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
Fair to say he's just been all over the place in this one today. Some accuracy issues early. They gave him plenty of looks trying to get him into rhythm, but they just never could, and the incompletions continue to pile up.
That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And he puts some air under this one, right side. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Picked off by the rookie out of Washington. And he makes the house call. It's a pick 6 for Cincinnati. McPherson at the point after. Send right down the middle and good. And that adds yet another to their lead.
Texans 20.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
2nd down throw for Stroud. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Dax Hill.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
And the stop was made downfield after a gain of about 18. And that's going to give Cincinnati the first.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Cincinnati.
All set to go now from the 35. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Give on 2nd, it's Brown. And that's good for a few. He brings up 3rd down.
He was brought down by Dominique Robinson. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Let's get set.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he gets him 5, but still ways short of that line of gain. So here comes 4th down.
You know I like that call, Kate. I kind of like these runs on 3rd downs and what may be predictable passing situations, but a gain like that now opens that playbook for a 4th down decision.
The lead looks safe, but the Penals staying down. They're going for this.
Here we go.
So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bengals emerge as winners as we'll see you next time from Houston.
done.